the 4-5 matchup, Trae Young has been amazing. But what we thought was going to be the Trae Young Julius Randle series is the Trae Young Derrick Rose series in what is like one of the most unexpected developments of this playoffs. Like, I guess what's up with Julius Randle and what's up with Derrick Rose?
And let's call Trae Young he's another face of the NBA, a future
Mm-hmm.
face of the NBA. Like he is getting under the New York skin. New York's one of the biggest markets in basketball. I think the biggest market in basketball.
Yeah.
So he's getting there. He's making Madison Square hate him. Everyone in Atlanta loves him. With he shout out the A. He said, "Come play me in the A," and he keeps like representing his city and showing mad love to his city. Trae Young's just been amazing, man. He's showing that he's the guy. He's a superstar. Maybe the lack of Mitchell Robinson and maybe the lack of a true point guard to play make
Yeah.
is really costing this team.
Yeah, I think that's what it is because we all know how much the game changes in the playoffs. Like way less transition, slower pace, more half court. And that was always one of their biggest problems this regular season. Like as good as Julius Randle's playmaking did become, like you're without a true point guard, your half court offense is going to suffer, especially in the playoffs. And Derrick Rose, as good as he's been, he's not a true point guard. At least at this point in his career. But yeah, I don't know. Julius Randle's having a really tough time of it. They're throwing a lot of different looks at him, like double teams. They're kind of playing him almost like Giannis, like throwing a little bit of a wall at him. It's been kind of interesting to see.
Yeah,
But he's been struggling. I'm not like gonna overreact too much and call him like bubble Pascal Siakam or anything, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's Trae Young has shown that he's clearly the best player in the series and is going to be like along with Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic and Zion as like
face.
the face of the NBA going forward. And it's really cool to see someone who a lot of people call the stat pattern, be in the playoffs and be winning games like not by himself, but like just taking control of the playoff series.
Yeah, and he's gonna have a playoff win before Zion.
Yep.
Obviously, Tatum had that long run, so not before
Yeah.
Tatum, but maybe before Luka too.
You might have a
Like if
playoff
Luka
series even,
doesn't,
yeah, before Luca,
yeah.
yeah.
So if Luka doesn't win this, like that trade is gonna obviously be mentioned. That trade's gonna be mentioned for the whole careers because they're
Yeah.
both so good,
Yeah.
and it's gonna be like, hey, yeah, we traded Luka Doncic, like, well, we got the playoff win first. It's gonna be stuff like that, and it's gonna be interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he just sucks on defense
Yeah.
so much, but he just if we're talking about just offense, Trae Young might be a top 10 NBA player.
Yeah. No, really.
That's how
Like
good he is.
he's basically just like if Steve Nash decided to just shoot a million threes, like if Steve Nash played today, right? Like that's basically what he's doing. He's
Yeah,
that talented, amazing playmaker. He's a perfect offensive player. Like his size, he makes up for his size, like totally. It's but just the Hawks are such a like he's throwing lobs to Capella. Capella has fit in like so nicely there. Collins, like you said, is stepping
yeah,
up. Gallinari, Bogdanovich. They're such a perfect offensive team almost. Like when they do play, if they do end up playing the Sixers in the next round, like they're gonna get murdered on defense,
yeah,
but they're gonna be able to score. I think it's gonna be
yeah.
tough with Ben Simmons guarding like Trae Young, Ben Simmons guarding whoever, on Embiid like protecting the paint there, but they're still gonna be able to score.
Yeah. Uh, Next season, I hope they don't just like forget Trae Young's round one performances because
Mm,
Ben Simmons is absolutely the hardest matchup league wide for Trae Young.
yeah,
Like by far league
yeah,
wide for Trae Young, and
yeah,
he's gonna be deferring because when you have Ben Simmons, the defensive player, your hardest matchup on you, you're gonna defer. You're gonna try to see, hey, what can Gallinari do? Hey, what can Collins do? Hey, there's an open three. Let's try to feed that. And
yeah,
it's gonna be hard for Capella too, one of the more consistent options because he has Joel Embiid on him. So I hope this Hawks team isn't just judged on their potential sweep or potential loss to
mm,
the Sixers, and they're judged on both. They're judged on both because they still need to improve. They still need to get that superstar. I still think
yeah,
trade for one,
yeah.
but they're a really good young team, and these youngsters deserve some credit.
Yeah, and Trae Young has to be talked about differently going forward. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, he sucks on defense. So does Luca, but Luca at least can grab a lot of boards because of he's just so big. But like Trae Young is absolutely like one of the top five best young next faces of the league over the next like 7 to 10 years.
yeah, and he has to make All Star games. Like, come on, what are we
Yeah,
doing?
yeah, it has
This
to be
guy's
happening.
averaging
Like,
29 and 7, and he
yeah,
didn't make All Star this year. Like, come on, he needs his respect. Put some respect on his name.
yeah.
He has to be an All Star, preliminary All Star every year.
29-7 in the playoffs, the best player in a playoff series gonna have some really nice games, even being guarded by Ben Simmons in the next round if they
Yeah,
make it there. Yeah, Trae Young going forward, perennial All Star, All NBA maybe.
maybe,
Like,
maybe.
yeah. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here so you never miss the best clips from Stretch the Floor. Hit the links in the description below to find us on all podcast platforms and follow us on Instagram.